Come on. There we go. All right. We are on. All right, cool. All right, let's do a flame panel here. So I'm going to lightly sketch out this panel first. See where I want to go, and then we can continue from there. I already don't like that, so that's nice. This way. All right, something kind of like that might be cool. Hey, good morning. Good morning, all. How's everything going? I just want to do a quick little flame panel. This is a silver base. I'm going to do some black. Then I'll do a little bit of, shading, some fading, give it a little 3D look. Maybe outline it in some size so we can do some type of leaf or something on it. And that's it. So sometimes I tape, sometimes I draw it on, and today I just kind of felt like drawing it on, so here we are. One thing you got to remember too is if you're going to outline it like I'm doing, make sure you make it a little fatter, because you do cover up some of that edge. So by the time you're done covering up the edge and everything, you're going to lose a little bit of that flame color. So don't sell yourself short. And then have these little skinny wiener flames, you want to have nice girthy flames when you go to pinstripe them. And this panel will be one of the panels that I'm getting rid of on the Patreon. So patreon.com/TomHudach, because I do these panels as examples, and I don't need these panels, so I got to get rid of them somehow. So if you feel like winning some art, some hot rod art, go check that out. Here. And how's everyone's weekends? Friday nights were good? All that stuff? And see how I'm not kind of, getting skinny first? You got to have a little bit thicker of that lick. Be a thicker liquor. There we go. Yeah, like I said, I'm just going to do this in black and silver and go from there. I wrote painting a sign for a customer, then tattooing at noon. Oh, nice. What are you tattooing? I'm assuming you already got the design and everything laid out. There you go. Now I'm going to use a flat blade and cut this out. Another thing too about, when you're cutting on your panel, you don't want to push too hard, but hard enough to cut through, and you'll actually feel a glide on the tape. This is vinyl backing also, or vinyl transfer tape, but you'll feel a glide on that transfer tape that you'll get used to, and you'll also feel when that blade starts digging into the panel and you're running deep. Oh, hey, what's that? Hey, I got a little heart from Big Ben. Thanks, Big Ben. I appreciate that. That was very nice of you. Now this inside here is, that's a tight turn right there, so that's gonna be fun to pinstripe later. See how that goes. And the cool thing about flames is they're timeless. Like even still, you know, it's 2023. Flames have been around since whatever. The hot rod days, and you know, it's damn near 70 years ago, and they're still relevant. It's amazing. You know, I just did the last paint job I did on a motorcycle was flames. So if you can nail flames, you can have a career in just doing flames. I know people that do. It's all they do is flames, and they're crushing life. I have a poly shark at noon, then a cardinal forest scene at 3. Oh geez, I'm gonna be busy today. That's really cool though. I'm glad the shop is doing well and you're staying busy. I have yet to get any tattoos. A little bit of a baby when it comes to that. I don't know. It just sounds like it's gonna be uncomfortable for a long time. And I like being comfortable. I'm like, oh. Yeah, like I like the design work. I like the art behind it. But the technique is I actually saw a guy get, was that traditional Hawaiian style or whatever, where they basically take like a stick and just, you know, just crush your skin with needles. That didn't look fun. So I don't know if you ever practiced that or tried that, you know, doing that technique, but that looks not fun to receive. It's called Tabori. Am I saying that right? Tabori? Tabori? Yeah, that's like next level uncomfortable practices. Alright, let's see here. What do I got? Alright, so I'm going to do this black. And I want to show you something cool. And the reason I'm doing this black. Tabori. Okay. The reason I'm doing this black is... Let me turn my blower on here. There we go. Alright. Get off. Alright. Show you why I'm doing black. Then when we do... Is this black? Kind of a very diluted tinting black. You said it correctly the first time. Oh. So, the reason I'm doing this black is because then I'm going to go and drop shadow this. So I don't need to do any masking. I don't need to do anything because I'm going black shadows on black. So you don't have to really... Is that an old cabinet door? It is. Actually, it's a brand new cabinet door. My wife was at the store once, and they had like a closeout on a bunch of cabinet doors, and I was like, buy as many as you can, because it's framed. You know, it's a framed piece of art. It's not just a panel or whatever, you know. So what I do with these panels is I'll put a hanger on the back, you know, and then sell it or put it up on my Patreon to win, and then you could hang it. So it's really convenient. They're really nice to practice on. They're really nice pieces to hang when I'm done with them. So yeah, we were looking to redo the kitchen one day. So my wife was walking around this one place, and they had a bunch of doors, different things like oak and mahogany and cherry and whatever. And I was like, yeah, buy them, because I don't want to make frames for everything all the time and try to figure out ways to hang stuff. So yeah, she was like, she actually FaceTimed me. She's like, hey, they have these. And I was like, yeah, load up the cart. Like the entire back of the car was just full of these cabinet doors. I got a bunch of them, but like I said, they're super nice. Made some panels out of old cabinet doors, but never that type. Yeah, I mean, they're, like I said, they're great display pieces. You know, you could stack them, and because they're already framed, they're not going to scratch each other. They're super cool. I just sent one. The last panel that won on the Patreon. The first drawing we did went to a guy named Eric Foot. That was a really cool piece because it had some filigree on it. It had some skulls on it, pinstriping on it. This one I might do some little pinstripe design right here or something too, and some backgrounding stuff. But I mean, it was awesome. You put a little hanger on the back, and you can hang it in the garage, hang it in your shop, hang it wherever. So, and then the Patreon just kind of helps me be able to do more stuff like this and more tutorials and whatever, you know. So, so that's that. Just helps me stay in here longer. Nope, that's not gonna work. All right. Now what I got to do is I'm gonna pull this tape off here in a second. Pull this tape off in a second. Drop shadow this. And see how fast and easy it is to do, a flame. It's super quick. I just want to dilute this a little bit. So when I go and do the drop shadow doesn't look too grainy. I don't want shadows to be grainy. I want them to be nice and smooth and even. And also I added a little bit of reducer to this just to get rid of the overspray. So now the whole thing is a nice over reduced, and now there's no like overlap lines or whatever you want to call them. Now I added a little bit more reducer. I'm gonna do a little bit of tinting black in here, and the tinting black is just clear base coat. Some people call it inner coat clear. That is clear base plus black equals, see how it's not as opaque anymore? And also I'm using the Sodograph 4S as a side feed. I'm putting this back on because I don't want to bend the needle because I don't have another one. Cap's actually nice too. But this is a nice brush. I'm really enjoying working with this brush right now. Alright, so unmasking. I'm using a urethane base coat. This is just PPG. Just a black toner. Nothing too extravagant or crazy. The one thing about using something like a vinyl transfer to do stuff like this is you do get, some spots where it pulled instead of cut, because again, I don't want to cut through the panel. So you do get that little bit of, jaggedy kind of tape adhesive, whatever, but that's fine because we're pinstriping over it anyways. Not a big deal. All right, so let's just do a little bit as a drop shadow here. We'll go on this side of everything. All right, so we go here, and because I'm going black on black, I don't have to mask off my flame. Just a little layer of dimension. I just got done masking off. Oh, lucky you. What are you masking off? Also, what color should I outline this in? That's the next question. I do enjoy a good Kansas City teal. Doug Doors green. They actually wanted to call that snot green before they decided on sublime green. Doors green, light green. Okay. Actually, before I do that, I should outline it in. No, we won't do that yet. Doing a lace set of flames, silver base with chrome red shadows over a black on a 95 Wrangler. Jeez, oh man. That sounds awesome. But here's what it looks like up close with the shadow so far. And you can see how the tape kind of pulled a little bit, but it's not gonna, like I said, hurt anything because I'm gonna outline them, so it's not too bad, not too big of a deal. All right, let me get some green out here. I gotta move my quills and stuff from yesterday. I was explaining the size of, or the reason for the numbers and sizes of quills yesterday. So, I don't know if I might actually be out of Doors green. I might have to order some more. See if I can mix up my own, which won't be as good as Doors. That green's awesome. Let me see here. Oh, come on. We got so much stuff in here. All right. Got my box out. Keep a little bit of bleed through. That drives me nuts. Oh, dude, 100%. Oh, here we go. I'll do a monster green from Alpha. I got that readily available. Let's do that. So it's close. It's close to a Doors green. Have you tried the Alpha Airbrush Ready paint? No, I haven't. I know a couple people that love it. I haven't tried it yet, personally. I have so much paint that I don't want to say don't need to or don't want to, because I do, but I just don't. I need more paint in this shop, like I need a hole in the head, you know? Like I just got so much shit here that my wife was even, we were talking the other day that she's like, you have too much stuff. Like I know, but like all these panels that I have all these panels so I could do this stuff on. So like I need these, I need the paint, I need the mixing system, you know, I need the skateboards for the class that we're doing in November. So, you know, a thing of helmets from Mike's Pro Lids, you know, because those are for the class as well. Like, so I'm collecting stuff for this coming class, and so like there's a reason I have a lot of stuff here, but at the same time, There's a lot of stuff here. Oh, if you guys didn't know, we're doing a live class in November. There's going to be a pinstriping class and an airbrush class in the same weekend. So I'm going to be doing airbrush and pinstripe demos. If you're in there for pinstriping, you could check out the airbrush demos and then go back to pinstriping. If you're there for pinstriping and I'm doing an airbrush demo, you could check that out also. So then you can kind of learn the knowledge and whatever. And also, I want everybody, both airbrush and pinstripe. Best rat tail on a budget. Best rat tail. Elaborate on the rat tail, but I want everybody to try leafing. So whether you're there for airbrush or pinstripe, I want everybody to try leafing, because that's a very important thing to know for everybody. So all right, so this is the Mac Triple Aught, straight out of the can. Piece from Germany. Hey, hello from America. Pinstripe brush. Sorry, I'm old. This is my favorite brush. I use this all the time. It's the Mac Series 10 Blue Wrap, Double Aught or Triple Aught. You know, I've tried the whatever they are. You know, the King 13. That hair just seems a little too soft for me. I've tried that Death Star or whatever it's called from Mac. That's a nice brush, but it's just something about it's just not the OG, you know. And until something fails me, I don't want to change, you know. So yeah, I have these up on my website if you want to check them out, tntcustompaint.com, along with pinstripe paints and, you know, all sorts of other stuff. But these are my favorite. They're my go-to. They're always consistent. The quality control's top notch with these brushes. And I just missed a spot. Son of a bitch. Looks like we're double outlining this today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm over here talking and not concentrating on what I'm doing. One thing when you're doing panels and stuff with borders too, you always have to remember you're gonna go about, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch to an inch past your line, or I'm sorry, your flame tip. So always make sure that you leave, either you kick this flame out like I did here, or you know, you stop it short so you have room to pinstripe. An old hand one of my uncles used for 30 years has been trimmed to death. Oh my. Yeah, I have a couple brushes too that I've had forever. One brush is the brush that my dad learned on, or learned with, that I will keep forever. See, this is my dad's brush right here. That one will stay with me forever. I should probably take this tape off. I was showing a demo where how you turn around your, you know, your lines, like when you're outlining something or doing a design, and that little visual right there really helped out a lot. So twist is key, but yep, that's my dad's brush, and that'll be around forever. The Excalibur brushes are nice, but again, the hairs are a little shorter, so you got to be a little bit more careful, just because the shorter the hair, the less forgiveness, I guess you could say. The long hairs are meant to kind of take some of the shake out of your hands and hold paint, obviously, but I find that you can shake like crazy with this brush, and the hairs being so long, it straightens out your shaky hand. So if you think, you know, you have a shaky hand and you can't pinstripe, that's BS, man, because this brush, the hairs, it really... is that a video you posted about tape and twist? Yeah, that was a while ago. But I think you've been with me for a while, Joe, so it probably felt like yesterday. I should do another one, because that really helps people out a lot, just seeing that visual. Off topic, but if I were starting getting into airbrushing clothing, where would you suggest I start? Okay, airbrush clothing. The cool thing about airbrush clothing and what's it called? Createx makes Wicked Color, but it's kind of sort of the same, like, general makeup of their, you know, old airbrush colors. So you could use Wicked Color's new line. You could use all of their, you know, all their stuff, and it is still like t-shirt quality paint. So, you know, Wicked Color, which is made by Createx, you could use all their cool colors for t-shirt art. You don't have to go just the straight Createx route, which I'm happy for. I'm not trying to put them on blast, but I never had luck with the original Createx paint, but I have had a lot of success with the Wicked Color line. So when I found out that you could use Wicked Color for airbrushing shirts, I was pumped, because sometimes I'll make myself a shirt, just, you know, for fun or for a party or for whatever, and know that I'll have that shirt forever because it'll last. And the other thing you got to do, though, also, is make sure that when you're done airbrushing, you put it in some type of a heat press or like an iron. I know iron isn't as good as a heat press, obviously. You know, heat press is made for that. This is for like curing the paint inside of the material itself. So that is where I would start. Yeah, Wicked Color is very reasonably priced, I think. You can get it at places like Hobby Lobby or Coast Airbrush. And it's just nice stuff. It really is. Their reducers are nicer. The old Createx reducers never really reduced anything. It just made the clumps of pigment smaller, but didn't really atomize any better. So, but I'm gentle on the throttle too when it comes to airbrushing. I'm not like a big, like, one-shot roll kind of guy. You know, I like to build my layers and depth and stuff like that. And a lot of t-shirt style stuff is it's very one-dimensional. You know, very outlined, but more like cartoony. You know, that's what it is. You know, it's, you know, you got that Daytona Beach 1996 style to it. You know, so I mean, that's what I like about it. It is its own unique art form and style. But yeah, check out the Wicked Color. They make some awesome stuff. And let's see what we got here. What would be a great brand and spray for dinner for kids striping brushes and paints? Hold on a second, problem child. Hold on here. What would be a great brand and spray the dinner for kids striping brushes and paints? I'm guessing you're asking what a good paint for pinstriping is. Ronin paint, Alpha Enamel. Gotta go. Want to say thanks, love your work. Hey man, I appreciate it. I appreciate the questions and you hanging out, and it gives me a topic to ramble on about. So if you're not asking questions, I'm not talking, or if I am talking, I'm just talking nonsense about stuff that nobody wants to hear. So I appreciate it. You know, I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you on the next live. I try to do every Saturday morning, so sometime Sunday morning if I can manage it. So yeah, hope to see you back in here soon. Have a good day. So I like Ronin paint a lot. They have some really nice colors. They're really, really cool people to work with. Mac Brush has, they have their own line of brushes, which are these. The double aught, triple aught. I'll keep you talking. I appreciate it. So go on macbrush.com. I have some stuff on my website, but they're limited. Like, I have my own quills here. I have my own scroll brushes, my own cartoon brushes, but Mac made all those for me. So, like, they're awesome. They're super cool brushes. We designed them and had them made. They made them for me. But macbrush.com has just an insanely big inventory of brushes and stuff that they have in their store. So macbrush.com or tntcustompaint.com, and go shop around, ask questions. If you're not sure of something, ask questions. I do like Alpha Enamel a lot, but one thing about Alpha Enamel that I don't like, I mean I do and I don't, is if you're doing sign work, Alpha Enamel doesn't dry glossy. It dries with like kind of a sheen to it. So if you're doing like fascia art or something like that, and you want that gloss, I like Ronin a lot for that. But Alpha Enamel, they're super smooth. It's super nice. I don't want to say anything bad about them because the paint's not bad paint. It's good paint. But just, for preference, if I'm doing something on, the tailgate of a car or whatever, and I want it to be glossy after, I can't get it with that. What about One Shot? One Shot was great. They changed a couple colors, like their black doesn't cover like it used to. It seems like it skins up in the can a little faster now. I mean, it always skinned up in the can, but it seems like it just changed a little bit. So, and then during the shutdown, they were having big problems getting colors out. Like, they were having problems with cans. They couldn't get cans. So, I had to switch, and I used Ronin in the past. There was a sign company downtown Cleveland that was going out of business, and they had a bunch of Ronin paint down there. So I bought just like a gigantic amount of Ronin paint. So I always liked it. But in my pinstripe kits, I used One Shot because that was kind of the industry standard. Everybody knows One Shot. But I couldn't get the paint anymore. I just couldn't get it. So I'm like, all right, let's forget it. Let's go to Ronin. And I haven't gone back. But I mean, they're all kind of the same, really. As far as actual airbrush machines go, which is a good brand, also you recommend multiple handles. Okay, so Sada makes a nice brush. I've been using this for a couple weeks now, and I really like it. It's really nice. Easy to clean, easy to use. Also, this here, Iwata HPCS. This is a great brush also. I strip it down when I paint for some reason. But dual action like this. Up on my website, I have an airbrush kit that I put together. I'm not trying to make a sale here, but use that as stuff that you want to collect, because I have wicked color paints in there. So if kids are using it, they're water based, so they're not, you're not going to smoke out the kitchen when you're using them. Your wife's not going to get mad that your ham and eggs are getting ruined by paint. But this is the wicked colors. You got, a ton of different colors. And also, I would get a well, it depends on where you're going to put the compressor. I just got a new, and I'll make a video on it so I could show you so you can see it. So make sure you check out my next video I'll put up here when I get off the live. But I just got a Husky silent air compressor, and you could literally sit right next to this thing. It's a 1 1.3 horse or something like that, 4.5 gallon, like legit air compressor that sounds no louder than an airbrush compressor. It's actually unbelievable how quiet this air compressor is. I'm really amazed. So I use that right now, and I absolutely love it. I don't know why I never used anything else. Okay, so I'm gonna do one more stripe on the outside of this one. We did green, and the reason I'm doing it is because I missed a line right here. So I'm just gonna add another color. What color should I do? Oh, you know what I can do while we wait? I'll get rid of this. Blue. Okay. Dark blue, light blue, or just like an alpha blue. Uh-oh. Blue's getting overrid by purple. Uh-oh. What's going on here? I'm rocking my TNT hat today. No quills yet, though. That's all right. I'll forgive you. Purple. We're getting a lot of purples on here. Okay, I can do purple. But before we do that, what I'm gonna do... Oh, wait. Oh, William's just spamming the chat here. He's just saying purple over and over. All right. All right, I put a little bit too much white in here. One thing I'm gonna do... That cracked me up, William. That was funny. Dang on purple. All right, that's anything but purple. Oh my God, that's so funny. That's funny. All right, I'm gonna do like a over-reduced, like a tinting white right here real quick, and I'm just gonna go inside here just a little bit, and you can see how that's gonna change the dynamic of this also. Let me make sure that, and it's just gonna be just a little bit, so you'll really see how it 3Difies everything here. Hold on. It doesn't take much when you're doing white on black. And also too, if you want a chance to win this, and I'm sorry I'm spamming the live with my Patreon, but again, I don't need these panels. So you go on Patreon, it's $3, and I do a raffle every month. And the more people sign up to the Patreon, the more panels I'm just gonna paint and raffle off. So it's not gonna be, once a month. It could be multiple, depending on how many people sign up. So if you want to win something like this, but check that out. Look at how drastically it changed that look. Oh, you definitely made the day a little better. That was funny. But yeah, now it added volume. That little bit of white added that volume. So you could always push more and more and more with any airbrush design or work that you're doing. So say somebody wants flames on a gas tank or a helmet or a guitar or whatever. You lay out your flames and then you go, oh, here, hold on, let me drop shadow this. Well, now you just lifted the flames off the panel. And then you're like, oh, let me add a little bit of, color inside. And you're like, oh, dang, now it looks like, like it's got volume. Now it looks like it's you know, has weight to it. So it's amazing how, you know, how big of a difference you could make with just that little, what, minute and a half, 2 minutes of messing around with white. All right, let's get this purple going. Because somebody's hell-bent on purple today. All right. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Now, I don't know if I should just do like a little side stripe right here. Probably should. Maybe in the same purple. Just to add something else. You can't leave just a flame. Green and purple is so overplayed. But either way, great life. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're gonna have a turf war here over this purple soon. Spider web in the corner. Oh yeah, okay. Geez, I don't do spider webs often. I really don't do spider webs often. Now the one thing about elf enamel too is some of their colors don't really mix well. Like I'm doing an alpha, you know, blue and red makes purple. You know, usually. And so far it's kind of like a mauve color. But yeah, that's maroon. I know, it's, see what I'm saying? It's like it doesn't, sometimes stuff just doesn't mix well. Now it's, I don't even know what the hell color that is. Let me see if I have purple. I might have purple one shot or purple Ronin. All right, obviously I use this so much. Just kidding. All right, let me grab myself a cheap screwdriver here to open up my paint can. All right, that's purple, but I'm dry. Let's see. Red pigment is stronger. That's browning out the blue. Add a little white, that might help. Okay. Okay. Let me see if I have anything left in this can. I need a blade. Yeah, cheap screwdrivers, you know. Dime a dozen. You know what? Let's play with this other color real quick. Let's see what happens when we add yellow to this. Shake it first. That would make brown. It might. Let's find out. Yep, I'm feeling a brown too. You know, I don't know what color this is. Huh. That's weird. Yep. Totally brown. But I mean, it's actually kind of a cool color, but not what I'm trying to go for. I'm trying to get some white here. Do I have white? Red ratios. Something like purple is blue with a splash of red. Light blue and pink. Let's see what we got here. We got this white's been around for a second. What are you making? I don't know, Scully Bear. I have no idea. I'm trying to mix a color, but I never really have a lot of luck mixing a color that I want. Usually it's like a surprise when I work with Ronin colors. I mean alpha colors. Come on, color theory. I know. Is this paint on glass? No, this is actually a wood frame. So that's what it looks like on the back. So that's what the whole thing looked like. And then I'm just making a panel out of it. Something you could hang in a garage or a shop or whatever. Let's see what this does. I know that's a lot of white, but we're doing extremes right now at this point. This is getting weird right now. Let's add some red, see what it looks like. Start over. Start over? I should, but I don't want to. This is out of control. Oh man, this is like red light district, red. Oh yeah, I'll start over, but I'm just playing now, just to see what happens. It's amazing how, each one of these colors too is usable, not for this, but like just mixing one-off colors for stuff is kind of fun. Like, I don't know what I would use this on, anything other than a panel, but I mean, it's a cool color, just not what I'm going for. So let me see what I can do here. Where's my, oh, here we go. And if you guys are looking for good blades, I have a Amazon store that I got. You get like 100 blades for cheap, and they're actually good blades. They're like Nick Pros or something like that. And those are really good. They cut very well, very, very consistent. Some I used to get from the art store. I'd get a pack of 100 of them, and the stinking things, sometimes they'd have like a burr at the end, and then you'd go to cut something and it's just like scratching all the way down. These Nick Pros actually have pretty nice tips. I said tips with a P. Alright, I don't think there's anything in here, to be honest with you. Let me get my cheap screwdriver and get this out of here. It's gonna be a heck of a good skin for my skin board right here. This thing's a 1/4 inch thick. I haven't used purple in a while. Whoop. Alright. And voila, we made purple. Hey! Alright. Ronin to the rescue. Yeah, like I said, alpha just doesn't really mix too well. It just gets kind of weird. Alright. Let's see here. Yeah, my wife's a hairdresser as well. She loves me. Alright, let's pellet this out. It's a little thick, probably because it's sitting in a can for... I probably didn't open this purple for a year, to be honest with you. Gotta thin this out a little bit. Now, because it's old and dry, it's gonna pull a little differently. Even with it thinned out, it's gonna have like a little jelly-ish pull to it. So if you guys are using old paint, just know that the flow with old paint is very different than like fresh out of the can stuff. Should probably shut this. Come on. All right, this is ready. Should I do a spider web in the corner in black, or should I just kind of keep it, you know, keep it with the purple? Because I finally dug some purple out. That's the next question. All right, I'm gonna tuck this color right next to this one. I gotta change my view here. I can't see. I'll finish the video here after a bit. I gotta get busy. Hey, Joe, I'll be putting this video up on my YouTube, so you can check the rest of it out later. Just fast forward to where we left off, and yeah, so you don't miss anything. So anybody that's new that doesn't know that I have a YouTube, I'm not super active on it, but I do post up all the lives. It's called Paint You on YouTube. So if you go to youtube.com/@paintyou, for some reason you got to put the @ symbol in there. I don't know how to change that because I'm kind of stupid when it comes to, you know, like tech stuff, but @PaintYou on YouTube. And also I'm working on a podcast. I have a couple podcast episodes, but I also got frustrated with that because I can't get it to go on all the platforms. Like I have it on Spotify and Anchor, but for some reason I can't get it to Apple Play or Google, or Apple or Google or whatever, because I don't know, it's weird. Do red or yellow spider web, black spider, and it chilling. Oh, okay, that's not a bad idea. So my friend's gonna come over and help me link those other ones up, but I got frustrated and stopped for a little while. But the podcasts are fun because that's where I could like talk business and like, you know, strategy and like my business experiences and what I've learned in the industry. So if you're trying to get into it, whatever, it's, you know, I'm just trying to give you some leg ups, you know. Alright, it's coming along. Is that a special brush? This is the Max Series 10 Triple Aught brush. It's kind of the industry standard. Yeah, now breathe. Yeah, you ain't kidding. This is the brush I've been using for almost 20 years. Well, not this brush, but you know, like this style brush, the Series 10. They make so many different brushes. Do you do Harleys? I do Harleys. It's expensive. This brush, $15 maybe or something, or somewhere around there. But you know, one brush, you know, and I do this all the time, one brush will last me months. So as far as like investment crushing, it lasts a long time. You know, get a good brush oil. And make sure that it's nice and clean before you store it. And it'll last forever. The only time brushes really start to go bad is, oh, only 10. Okay, well, see, there you go. Is when you start getting paint to dry up here towards the ferrule. That's when things start to go bad. So make sure that this is clean, and then the brush lasts a long time. Make it for flies. I wish I was that steady with paint. Well, the big thing with pinstriping is how you're stabilizing your hands. So I'm always 2 fingers. Well, not more times than not, I'm 2 fingers. So I can control my depth by raising and lowering, my wrists, and then from there I could go this way with the hand, this way with the hand, this way with the hand, and you can walk your your S turns and stuff like that. I see a lot of people just try to hold it like a pencil and just do it with one hand. That's super hard to do. Like I don't do that. I've been doing this for almost 20 years, and I don't do that. I stick to the basics, and I stay stable, and I'm not trying to reinvent any good habits I have with with anything crazy. Like I'm here to make a line. That's all I want to do. So when you're watching a pinstripe, watch what he's doing with his hands. Are you close to Jersey? I am in Cleveland. So no, but yes, depending on what you think far is. Vega 2000. Vega 2000. Is Vega an airbrush, or is Vega? I don't think Vega's a pinstripe brush, is it? Yeah, it's getting there. We're working on it. Trying to keep the purple line a little thinner so it's not as so it doesn't do I'm in Parma, not Parma. Holy cow, I was just in Parma yesterday. It's only 15 minutes, no, not even 10 minutes away. Jeez, small world, eh? Yeah, I grew up in Parma. I love Parma. I would say that's probably the closest that anyone's ever been to me on the live. They're like, hey, I live in Cincinnati, I'm in Toledo, whatever. Parma, it's like right there. That's so funny. Now I have to go this way because of the edge, but that's okay. It is what it is. Secure content, WH, followed the host. Oh, thanks. I appreciate all the follows and all the likes and all the things. It helps me out, I really appreciate it. I'm just hoping I can, give you guys some good info. I'll help you guys learn how to paint if you want to paint. This is a great side hustle. you always see online, oh man, make $100,000 a year on this easy side hustle. You only have to work 2 hours a year. It's like, all right. Like, but this is a skill. Like, you could take this and make money with it. This is a cool side hustle. If there's any side hustle that I recommend, it's this one, paint, because it's a lot of fun. The community is awesome. The community is fun. You could travel if you want. You can do shows, live shows. You can get into like teaching, like auto tech and paint and body. You could be an instructor for like paint and body. I mean, like, there's so many different things you could do. I need all the help I could get. You're doing good. You're doing fine, Sean. If you guys don't follow Spirit Air, go follow him. He's awesome. He does a lot with fundraisers and communities. Big-hearted chap right there. Love the guy. So you can also, with these hard turns like this, oh, hold on a second here. Yeah, I'm off North Canterbury. Oh, wow, jeez. Literally right up the street. How do you recommend your designs even on both sides of tank? I actually just posted a video yesterday of it. Check that out. I use a pounce wheel, a pounce pad, and paper. It's super simple to do. Yeah, I just posted a video yesterday on it. You see, I'm watching some DVD for learning airbrushing. Okay. What's his name? Danny Vega? So you're talking about a person. Okay. Let's see. You like Alpha? It always seemed so thin after using one shot. I do. It has its pros and its cons. I like some of the colors. I like the way that it's in bottles, but I mean, you could put One Shot or Ronin in a bottle if you want to. I do, but it has its drawbacks, like the way it dries. If I'm doing like a sign or something like that, I don't really like the way it dries. Sometimes some of the colors, like oranges and stuff, struggle to cover. Let's see. Oh, hold on a second. My iPad's about to die here. Sorry, you probably answered this 1,000 times, but what paint and brush do you recommend? Right here, Ronin and a Max Series 10 Triple Lot to start. That's my favorite right there. Also, I gotta say for all the new people in here, patreon.com/TomHudach. I'm gonna put this panel up there to win. I do drawings all the time for these panels that I do. Just because I don't need them hanging around the house. I have enough stuff hanging around the house. So yeah, patreon.com/Hudach if you want to win this panel. It'll be up there. And also, this entire live is going to be up on YouTube. And that is youtube.com/paintyou. So yes, I will. I'll give you a buzz. See, this paint it's hard for me to turn this paint because it's so old. But I can get a different brush and do it. But I do have a class coming up in November down in Seville, Ohio, Creston. At the Underground Customs location. So that's up on the website also in my store. You can get the information there. And that's going to be fun. Is Rona oil-based? It is oil-based, yes. It is oil-based. Let me get this. Let me try this brush here. But yeah, I got info for the class coming up on my website. If you go on the website and check out some stuff, like everything that I use is up there, except urethane paints. It does dry faster than One Shot, that's true, which is nice. But a lot of the stuff that I use is up on my website, so you can use that kind of like a shopping list if you're, you know, questioning at any time what I recommend. Everything I recommend is up there. But also just ask me a question too. Everything dries faster than One Shot. You always shoot me a question, you know, whether it's in a comment section or just a message. If you have any questions about anything or suggestions of stuff you want me to paint next. And I appreciate all the support. I appreciate the support here. I appreciate the support on Patreon. You know, all that stuff helps me be able to do this more. So the more support I get on those, then you know, the more I can get away from other stuff and do this, because it's, you know, the support's generating, you know. Because I want to be able to give out as much info as I can for free, and if not free, the cheapest price that I can manage, you know. So I don't know, I figured $3 for a raffle for these panels is good. What do you guys think? I would give them away for free, but I got to cover shipping or something. Let's see. How did you get going in this? So, Airbrush Action was a mag that I used to read all the time growing up, and I always loved the airbrushing art and the hot rod art. And when I got older, I took a class, an Airbrush Action class, out in Las Vegas. And I learned from Jonathan Pantaleone and Blake McCulley, Dennis Mathewson, like these fantastic, unbelievable artists. And I came back, I airbrushed for a year. I went back and I took another class after I, you know, got a little better. Just so, you know, because they give you so much information that you can't soak it all up, you know, in 1 week. I went for a week. So that's why I'm doing live classes also, because it just helps you so much. My class is coming up in November in Ohio, but I learned down there from all those guys, and it was a hell of an experience. And then I just came back and just kept chipping away, kept plugging away. Dump truck hauling dirt. Okay, see you later. So, you know, I came home with the knowledge that I learned, and then I went back and got some more, and then came home and kept painting. And then, you know, you meet other people in the industry in your area, and you start messing around with them, hanging out with them, and it all just kind of keeps going. So it's a lot of fun. Like, I recommend paint to everybody because it's just such a good time. You'll never find a more fun community. Everybody just wants to hang out and have fun. I've only met a couple stuffy people in this industry. Everyone else is awesome. and it's just fun. And you can be creative. You know, you can be creative. You have no idea where it takes you. When I learned how to airbrush, I hooked up with a guy named Davey, and they needed an airbrush artist on what thinner are you using. This is just mineral spirits, just odorless mineral spirits. You can get this at any hardware store. It's cheap. You get it by the gallon, and it doesn't smell to the point where you're going to get a headache. So that's nice too. So Davey is a custom painter at a body shop, and I'm just gonna fix a couple spots here. And they were working on a race car, Pro Mod, that they needed some big snakes to be painted on the sides. So that was my first like big commission job, was a race car. So like you have no idea where this stuff could take you. It's unbelievable. I've done bedrooms, you know, I've done sailboats, I've done, you know, cars and bikes and helmets and, you know, everything, skateboards. I mean, if you get good at lettering, you can literally hang out at marinas and letter the back of people's boats for like serious coin, you know, because anything boat is expensive as hell. So, yo, don't think that you can't get anywhere between $500 and $1,000 to put, Danny's big nuts on the back of a boat. You know, it's amazing where this stuff could take you. So, all right, I'm gonna cut it right here for now, and I'm going to finish the rest of the striping off in a TikTok video. But thanks for hanging out. If you guys have any questions, like I always say, put it down in the comment section, send me a message. This is MAC brush oil right here that I use to preserve my brushes with. If you need some of this, I don't sell it on my site, but send me a message and I'll get you some, because I have them in my kits. I should put it up on the website just for people to have. But anyways, thanks for hanging out this morning, you guys. I really appreciate it. Really makes my mornings fun. Gives me a reason to get up in the morning on Saturdays. So we'll do one more here, quick look of that. And also, like I said, if you want to win it, it's $3 for a chance on Patreon. Patreon.com/TimeHoudach. So thanks for hanging out. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you later.